Hello everyone, welcome to Narain's Life with MS. This is Narain and it's time for a thoughtful Thursday. And this thoughtful Thursday, I was actually thinking about what uh, I talked about a couple of days on the video about, you know, really reopening some of the older series. So I am pretty sure that each and every day of the week has actually changed um, over the course of this past I want to say 4 months there and 4 months here. So in this past 8 months, there have been almost every single day has changed. So as a result, I actually was thinking about maybe going back and adding a new video for each of those series from Monday all the way to Sunday, and uh, just pretty much seeing what are the changes between what I would talk about back then versus what I talk about right now. So I do hope that you do share your thoughts about how this is going to happen and what's going to happen. But definitely, one thing that I do want to say is, these past 8 months have truly been a journey, and I'm so glad that, I have been able to at least give a few minutes of my time each day to record something, talk about something, maybe something that was on my mind, something that, you know, did bug me, some certain things that, made me feel happy, sad, angry, everything, right? The entire spectrum of feelings, essentially. And really going back to talk about each and every single day is definitely going to help me understand how this channel has really evolved, right? What were we talking what I was talking about back then versus what I'm talking about right now, and it can also really show me sort of a path where this channel might go in the future. And the reason I say that is because um, we are there are lots of things happening. um, you know Anytime you turn on a news channel, pick up a newspaper, maybe even go to a news site for that matter, you might know that there are so many things that are happening. And in these times, it is definitely very important to remember that it wasn't always like this. As crazy, as dark as these days look, uh, you know, there were times which were slightly happier. There were times that were slightly more, um, worthy to be reminiscing about. And sure, a lot of what I will talk about, next week might not actually exactly cover it, but maybe it does give you the insight or even just the idea of, opening old photo albums, talking about, talking about what happened in the past, right? Just the happy memories. And and definitely, my entire series next week, which is going to be a series devoted to new episodes of all of the older series that have existed on this channel. Hopefully that does also uh, give you the idea to really think about, think about positive things, or maybe even think about slightly better, happier times, so that you're constant, you have a little bit of a breather, a little bit of respite from, you know all of the craziness that is happening these days. And of course, I hope you do share your own thoughts, you share your own insights, your experiences about, how you like to sort of disengage from today's world, right? How you want to pretty much ensure that, you're not losing your mind in the process of just navigating daily stressors while everything else is maybe catching on fire. So, yes, please do share your thoughts, your insights, and of course, your experiences so that we can get the conversation started, and definitely talk about certain things that, do and end up making you feel happier, especially these days. Because the one thing that we do know is that stress can be very bad for, you know, patients of any kind of autoimmune disease, especially things like MS, where the where your neurological health is, you know, um, the most important. So yes, please do share, your happy thoughts, your happy experiences, so that, we can even have a conversation on that. But of course, with that said, this is Naren Sai with MS. I am Naren, and of course, here's wishing you a good night, sweet dreams, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.